Stadium, home of the Miami Hurricanes. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the NC State Wolfpack, taking on last year's national champion, the Miami Hurricanes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. NC State with the kickoff team on the field and just about ready to start. On the move from inside is 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Hurricane offense makes its way onto the field to start this game. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sunday.
Yeah, these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks. David, this one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names. You know, brand versus brand. Big-time baller versus big-time baller. Trying to come out on top. Yeah, defenses, I feel bad for them. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. Just moving those chains the way Frank Gore did back in the day.
Frank Gore, Willis McGahee, Edgerrin James, so many elite backs in Miami history. Finding that guy that you can give the ball to that's reliable, important part of the Canes tradition.
They'll give it to the back. They'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Wants to go up top, fires to the wideout, and they're not on the same page there.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over.
Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding, I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
The biggest rule change for me, if I could make one in all of college football, would be illegal man downfield. And when they run these RPO plays and those linemen start to creep further and further down the field, I would love for the refs to call those more often. It's a cheating play, basically, running these RPOs. So hard to stop. Nice execution by the offense, but probably cheating too.
NC State on the move, set up with another first down. They'll try it on the ground, running the counter. He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6.
Really nice first down run, and you're seeing why this running back is an every down type. He can run between the tackles, he can run outside, he can catch the football, he can block. This guy can do it all.
He caught it! Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit, and let's keep going.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Trying to keep the drive alive. Will not get there. A fourth down stop. If you want to look on the bright side, at least you can pile up a bunch of yards if you can move the ball, because it is a long way to the end zone. Burrows his way for a couple. He's out to the 8. Let's take a minute and talk about Miami. Top 5 up to this point is really good. It's staying there. As we get closer to the playoff, it becomes a huge challenge.
They just need to focus on winning right now. They're in position as a top 5 team to reach the college football playoff, but you've got to keep winning, and that's got to be the...
Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle. It's Avila. Breaks into the open. He goes out of bounds. They'll mark him right at the 30-yard line. That's the kind of play that can give a drive momentum. They built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
And that one's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Quickly out to the tight end. They almost got a first down there. Stopped a yard short. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the 3rd down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
And the Hurricanes come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Snagged in the middle. It's Clark. Coming through that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that play.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Caught over the middle. It's Moore. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the 1st down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Fires to the big fella. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Canes will line it up on 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up there.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
He might want another play. Back to pass. And his throw is incomplete. Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And his throw is incomplete.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
He's got it, showing off that big leg from 47 yards out.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Returner goes out of bounds.
NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
Fires into traffic, picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. The touchdown, Miami! The defense putting points on the board.
And they come up with a huge pick six, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll try the run. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. We've reached a break, and Miami is holding onto the lead. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. Now to see if they can answer this early blitz here in the second quarter. He'll try it again. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Looking to throw, it's Baker. Makes the grab down the middle. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. 1st and 10 coming up. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Yeah, nice job by the defense staying glued to him, getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football, knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. The give to the single back. Hard running there. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he can... used to make plays.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
North Carolina State defining efficiency on this drive. Had to get rid of it quickly. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Trying play action. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
This coaching staff has really done a nice job marrying the play-action game to their running game. That looked like that was going to be a run. Everything in that play said they're running the ball downhill. At the last second, quarterback pulled the football, and he was able to complete the throw.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. Absolutely nowhere to go as his defense makes a third down stop.
And he made that look easy, but it's not. I think one of the hardest things to do is tackle these quick, shifty wide receivers in the open field. Nice job getting that sucker on the ground.
Quickly to the tight end. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line.
Well, to heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip-shot field goal with where they were on that fourth down. But they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. It's complete on the right side. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
The play-action fake. Snags it! And he was pushing for that goal line, but the D stopped him at the 2.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him.
Into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack. Man, did he pay a price for that touchdown.
I got to tell you, those hits, Reese, hurt so good. When you can stand in the pocket like that, under duress, and deliver a strike downfield for a TD, doesn't get better than that.
And with the extra point, the lead is cut to 3. It's 10-7. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. It's Avila. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but, man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out of it.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Canes come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. Got his man down the middle. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. And the Canes come to the line with a new set of downs. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. So now it's 2nd and long. Might be calling a hot route. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Got a man. It's Avila. And he's brought... a nice game.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line, good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
It's a 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. To the air on 1st down. Dances away to buy time. He's going to run it. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Hicks. Makes the tackle right at the 28-yard line. Pick up a 5, and they'll move the sticks.
Everything seems to be working for this offense right now. If they keep this up, this could get ugly by the 4th quarter.
Now on the move at the 28-yard line on 1st down. A shot toward the end zone. And it's a touchdown, but hold on just a second. We'll have to see what the flag's about. Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on, the defense declined, and the touchdown stands. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. So an 82-yard drive there. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but man, you look at the scoreboard, you're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum, cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the 3rd quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start erasing and chipping away at this deficit. This could be where the game turns right here.
We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Looking downfield, it's Baker. Bringing the heat. He'll try to do it himself. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. They're looking to throw on 2nd and short. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. Makes the catch. It's Glass. Wolfpack will get the 1st down. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. Wants to throw on 1st down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Floats it out in space. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Saw a spot in the middle. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds.
Timeout, NC State.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking to throw on 1st down. He's going to take off. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, this matchup on that field there in Coral Gables, sign me up for another half. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. With that said, let's send it back to the guys in the shadows of South Beach.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the 3rd quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
The Wolfpack put themselves in a hole here on 2nd down. To the air, it's Baker. And the throw out to the sideline, good for a few.
That just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
The Wolfpack with lots of ground to cover on 3rd down. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Finds his big tight end. The tackle is made at the 27. Let's see if they decide to punt it. The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. He'll take it on the return. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Trying to escape and get it himself. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yards. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. The Hurricanes can really attack on this 2nd and short. Out of the gun to give to the back. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. And the Hurricanes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll leave it with him. Couldn't really get started there. Pickup of 1 to the 35.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Racing down the left side. Touchdown, Wolfpack! And they turn it into a defensive score.
You know, they say sometimes you got to be at the right place at the right time, and that linebacker was.
Oh, and the extra point is blocked.
The 2-point attempt is no good. That keeps the score. Miami.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. The offense has been really productive both ways, both scoring and giving up the ball, David.
Yeah, the boomer-bust offense is not good. Like, we have to take care of the football. It's a premium dribbling football. Every time you've taken care of it, Palmer, you've driven down the field and had successful drives.
I didn't have this on my bingo card, I'll be honest. Turning the ball over this much and still having the lead, but their defense and special teams have done their part. Offensively now, just do your job, and you're probably pulling away in this one.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you could tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run it.
Turning it on! Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
That's caught. It's Avila. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down.
Hey, guys, this running back's not just catching checkdowns or swing routes. You can get him vertically down the field and let him go to work, especially when you get man coverage. Take advantage.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Grabbed in the middle. It's Clark. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Love the location of the throw on that slant pass. Put it out in front of the receiver. Put it on his face mask so he can catch it and try to advance.
Inside the 15, 1st and 10 from the 14. Pulls it and fires to the left. Touchdown, Hurricane! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the second half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead, now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
The AT unit on the field. And the extra point is good. It's 24-13. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
And we've been anticipating this top 15 matchup all week. Let's show you how things are playing out. Illinois is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Jeff George should never be counted out of any game. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Ohio State. We'll let you know if anything else comes out of Big Ten country from this one, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
He makes a catch. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get two bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
Routes like that are great times to be quarterbacks. I got great, fast, speedy guys on the outside. Quick drag route, get the ball in his hands, let him do the rest.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. NC State on the move, set up with another first down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Knocked down behind the line. Boy, he powered through one tackler, but there were more there to greet him.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
Good pick up, a little bit short of the sticks. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks in a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on fourth down. Trying to do it on the ground. He's not going to get there. Stop short on fourth down.
Nice job by the defense on fourth down, bowing up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that fourth down play. Really good job by this defense.
Here comes the heat. And the ball is loose and live in the backfield. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
Well, defenses get excited when they see the quarterback in an empty backfield like that. They know, hey, if I'm not going to have to beat a running back or a tight end to get there, if I get to him, I might have an opportunity to knock this thing loose, and that's exactly what happened for the defense.
The give. Showing off the arm.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
It's 1st and 10. They've moved it to the 41. Back to the ground game on the left. He's stopped in the backfield again, and this just hasn't been his night. It's been more like a nightmare. They tried to get the defense going the wrong way with the counter, but nothing doing.
Aggressive defense, attacking defense. You want to hit them with those counters, but it wasn't successful in this play. Defensive line, linebackers, everybody's dialed in. They see what's going on. They diagnose it, go downhill, hit them right in the middle of the field.
Looking to throw, it's Baker. Firing to the right, complete. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. From the red zone, looking for a space. Got his man quickly. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the third. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to it. This has been happening all night. They stubbornly keep giving him the ball, and the defense is all over it.
And these linebackers, man, the reason they're winning this football game is they've been swarming. You watch them. They're downhill, not missing many tackles. They've really dominated the run game, and that's why they're winning this football game.
On third down, he drops the throw. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. And it's no good. My goodness, you need those field goals, guys, to cut into that deficit. We're still at 11.
Oh, man, the dreaded doink when you knock it off the crossbar. Those are ones where, man, just a couple inches to the other side, towards the middle, and that thing's in, but it still counts as a missed opportunity.
Caught in the backfield, it's Avila. Man, sometimes he's like trying to wrap up a ghost. He's out to the 27. And the Canes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. From the gun, running back gets the give. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
fresh legs, man, and it is showing. Of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game, running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week.
Oh, he's got some space. Smashes ahead. Inside the 10. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Kane. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. What an explosive eruption into the end zone by this running back.
And this back does it a lot. That he makes big plays. When you can make big plays like this, it makes everybody's job easier. Oh, we can play action. Oh, we can throw it. But it starts with the run game, and this guy's setting everything up.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the fourth. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They built up some time of possession with that last drive, but couldn't turn it into points with the missed field goal. We'll see if they can put something on the board this time. Dropping back, it's Baker. Flips it out on the screen. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
Oh, they're after him. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
Well, it's been that kind of day here tonight. They just have not been able to find a rhythm and establish that throwing the football. Part of it has been wide receivers and quarterbacks not being on the same page, but you got to give this defense credit, too. Just like that last play, they have been getting after him. They've been hitting him, and that's a big reason why they've got such a big lead here in the fourth.
The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. NC State with the 1st and 10 here. Looking downfield on first down. Gets it out fast. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Wolfpack with a lot of options on 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Caught close to the marker is Glass. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. NC State going up tempo.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from the 13. Now from inside the red zone. Pocket breaking down. Buys a little time with his feet. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Back to pass, it's Baker. Grab near the marker, it's Glass. Touchdown, North Carolina State! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. And they tacked on the extra point. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
Well, they try to go onside kick, but that's why they're called the hands team. Great job recovering that ball.
Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
The defense, obviously, at this point is trailing. They need to get the football back. They're expecting a run. They know the offense is going to try and bleed the clock, so you got to be good at the point of attack. They were right there. They gave up nothing on that run.
He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. There he goes! They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense. Now, they got to get a stop, and if it's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short.
I mean, good news here. They get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the 1st down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the 1st down marker is. Make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision to make.
Tries to get it on the ground. And you race it to the house. Touchdown, Miami! With that last score, things comfortable here in the 4th as they are headed to a 7-1 record. That score looks as if this one might have put it a little too far out of reach.
Yeah, this game's pretty much over. That was just the icing on the cake. But, you know, speaking of cake, I'm kind of hungry. Can we get out of here? Can we finish this game so I can go get something to eat?
And now, with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the 4th. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
The Big 12 has become must-see TV, and fellas, today's clash is no different. Arizona is down right now, but you simply can't rule out a comeback. Teddy Bruschi had a hand in getting this kid to Tucson, so if he thinks the magic is there, who am I to disagree? They're trailing by just 2 to Oklahoma State. We'll keep you updated as this one goes forward, as this could shake up the Big 12 race significantly.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Got him downfield. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Dropping back, it's Baker. He's got it. And they pick up just a few on that completion. NC State quick to the line. He spikes it, clock stops as they try to rally late.
QB spikes it. No gain on the play. 3rd down coming.
They need the 40 to convert here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking deep down the right side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And this is a tough spot for the QB, man. Like, he knows he's down big and has to make big plays down the field, but also got to be smart because this defense, you can tell, bringing in extra bodies, playing the pass, maybe take the dink and dunk, let your guys make some plays because they are definitely...
Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. Got to get everybody to the line and spike it to stop the clock.
No gain on the play. Brings up second.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Hauls it in. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. NC State comes to the line to deal with 3rd and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal. NC State started this drive with terrible field position, but now a little room to operate.
QB spikes it. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Got stopped on 1st down. They'll try it again from the 2. Looking to pass. It's Baker. Touchdown, NC State! Fitted in the window for the score.
NC State.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in the game.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
We sensed a great deal of confidence, almost a smugness from this coaching staff. And these guys on the field, it's as if they knew they were going to win.
Yeah, playing with a bit of a chip on their shoulder, and I think they really felt like they had a real good game plan offensively and defensively coming into this one, David. There were some matchups on the field they thought they could exploit. We saw that happen here.
No doubt. Good job by this coaching staff, understanding who's out there to make plays, feeding them the football, offense, defense, special teams, all working together to get the done.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and